Welcome back, everyone, to the Playbook Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Lopez. Hope y'all having a great day today. Nick is busy right now with his family. Jaden is busy right now, getting things ready for his office. Hope y'all having a fantastic day. I played some golf today, shot 91, trying to break 90 guys, getting there. My driving was decent today. It was a little right, a little bit left, so once I get that figured down, I'm gonna be dominant. So, anyways, I hope you're having a fantastic, great day. Hope you all enjoyed some YouTube golf, not YouTube golf. So sorry, the U.S. Open. I hope you all enjoyed everything y'all did. Hope y'all having a fantastic summertime. Now we're not down to the World Cup. Basketball is basically over. NFL is coming up soon, but not too soon. So reality, we're in a stretch where we have no sports right now, for the moment. But same time though, we will join have some debates. Me and Nick, especially Nick Rankin, will um about some stuff with Jordan, LeBron, of course. Because me and him disagree about everything. We disagree with everything about each other, about everything we've done, and so it's just crazy, guys. We always disagree with about stuff. We always go at each other. He respects me, I respect him, and whatnot. So that's really about it. Give me 1 second. I forgot to plug my mic in, guys. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Give me one. Okay. Sounds a lot better now. Hope it sounds a lot better in your end. I just forgot to plug this microphone in, and I didn't know it was plugged out. But yeah, let's get right into it, guys. So we have breaking news today out of the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks hired the head coach of Michigan, who, by the way, won a national championship. With Michigan head coach basketball that got hired. So, Dusty May. So how do I feel about this? I think it's a great move from the Dallas Mavericks. Here's the deal with the Mavericks, guys. Their fan base has had a rough couple of years because you have Luka leaving to the Lakers. You have you also have Anthony Davis. Like a whole roster construction happened. And they lost their face of the franchise and their star in Dallas with Luka. He was probably more popular than Dak Prescott. More popular probably than Michael Parsons at the time. And by the way, if you see this right here, I had a cyst, so it's kind of gotten better. It's kind of open still. I have a scar that's open, but ignore that. But here's the deal. I think this is a good move because I think Dusty May went undefeated last season. He went undefeated with Michigan, won national championship. Their defense was amazing. Even though it was kind of a boring game at the end, it was still pretty good. It was pretty boring, but good basketball. If you're a sports fan, So yeah, this is a good move for the NBA, for the Mavs. I just think that Cooper Flagg's young still. You have a young team. Kyrie's coming back too. I mean, Kyrie was literally hooping with Ball is Life YouTube not that long ago, cooking people 1-on-1. So he's back. I think it's a good move. Jason Kidd had his going around there. He made one finals. It's not his fault that he got fired. It's not his fault. It's Nico Harrison's fault. You gave a guy up that was 25 years old with a guy who was 29, who's 31. So yeah, there's a huge drop off right now. So I understand why the Mavs did what they did with Jason Kidd. They let him go and they hired somebody from Michigan. So I think props to them. And so, yeah. So I hope the Mavs will do good. Because I'm not a Mavs fan. I'm not like. I mean, I like Cooper Flag, but I'm not really a big Mavs fan. You know where I stand, guys. I'm wherever LeBron goes. That's just how it is. And that guy LeBron James, by the way, is playing some insane golf right now. So, um, yeah. I mean, I'm so sorry. Hold up. And so that's just how it is. And that's just how I see the Mavs. So anyways, moving on to more basketball news. So Giannis Antetokounmpo is finally going to leave Milwaukee. Shams reported that he will probably be traded before the draft tomorrow. He has narrowed it down to two places, either Boston or Miami. Which fits best for him? Okay. For me personally, I think it's Boston because, actually, I don't know. This is a tough question because it depends who they give up in Miami. If they can keep Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, Miami is the best fit for him. Because Bam Adebayo has proven he's not a number one option. It was Jimmy Butler. I get it. He scored 83 points. Don't care. I know where I stand by 83 points, and that's just how I see it. I think my perspective about that stuff is this. Kobe Bryant's 81-point game is better than 83-point Bam Adebayo. That's me personally. You have a problem with that? You can comment in the chat. We can come on the podcast and debate. That's me personally. But if I'm Giannis, I rather go to Miami. If you can keep Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, because in Boston, here's the thing with Boston that's weird to me because it's Jason Tatum's team. It's Jason Tatum's team. It's clearly shown it's his team. So that will be a dumb move for this guy to go to Boston. It's JT's team, guys. I get it. He had Achilles injury not that long ago, but he's still Jason Tatum. When he was healthy, he was a top 5 player on the planet. Yeah, he shoots a lot of threes, but he's a fundamentally skilled player. He's strong. He's 6'10". He has muscle. Like, the guy's a beast. So it's his team. So I don't think that would be a good move for Giannis. Me personally. I think it's Giannis going to Miami or go somewhere else. Go to Lakers. What happened to Luka and Giannis? So there's that. But yeah, you have to give up AR, and then Luka wants to keep AR for some reason. Because me personally, I think AR should leave to LA. I think he sucks. But if I'm the Lakers, get Giannis. But I get it. He wants to stay in the Eastern Conference because the Western Conference is stacked. You have SGA and the OKC Thunder who are floppers, but they're still a good team. You have Wembanyama who's 7'5". You have that team. But if I'm Giannis, though, I try to join the freaking OKC Thunder. If I'm OKC, I think you should trade Chet Holmgren for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what I think by that. So that's me personally. I don't know why you narrowed it down to Boston and Miami, because Giannis is 31 years old. Let me see how old Giannis is for a second. How old is Giannis? Because I think Giannis has been in the league since 2000, since I was like in 5th grade. 31 years old. I knew it. Okay, called it. I think Giannis. Here's the deal with Giannis, guys. This dude's a baller. He's an underrated basketball player now. I know he's a one jack in 5 years, but look at the team he had around him. He had Chris Middleton. But at the same time, it was a little bit his fault too, because he wanted Dame Lillard. He got Dame. They didn't play the playoffs all. They didn't play with each other at all in the playoffs because he was always hurt, or he was hurt, or the other one was hurt. So that's how I see it. So if I'm Giannis, I yeah. If I'm this, so that's just how I see it. And if I'm Giannis, guys, gonna go to OKC. Go to OKC, bro. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, moving on to more NBA news. So tomorrow night is the first round of the NBA draft. I'm gonna break down the first round for y'all and see who's gonna go where. I'm gonna break it down for a second. Number one is of course the Wizards. You have the Jazz 2, Memphis 3, 4 Bulls. You have 5. Oh, I think the Clippers traded with Indiana. You have Brooklyn, you have Sacramento, you have the Hawks, you have the Mavericks, you have the Bucks, the Warriors, the Thunder, the Heat, Charlotte, the Bulls, and etc. So here's the deal. Speaking of Giannis, if OKC wants Giannis, you gotta trade this. You gotta trade this pick. So, anyways, so the question is this, and this is the two. You know, me personally, this is how I see it. I think we said the top five plus players of the in the draft so far is Darren Peterson, AJ Dabensa, Cameron Wilson, the kid from Arkansas, and Cam Boozer. So they were going to go to the first top five picks. So it might be. So the question is, who will be the first pick in the draft? Okay, and this is where a lot of people kind of get this wrong a little bit. I think me personally, I think as a basketball talent, it's Darren Peterson. I think Darren Peterson to me is better than AJ. I mean, dude, I'm gonna never forget this past season. Um, it was an ESPN game, one of the highest showdowns on ESPN in the history of college basketball games. Okay, and AJ Bensta went against Darren Peterson, and AJ Bensta literally guarded Darren Peterson. Darren shook him. Okay, he goes into the basket and he dunks on the center. Turns out the dude was hurt. Um, Vice versa. Darren guarded AJ. AJ was a no-show that game. I saw Darren Peterson go against Texas Tech this past season and drop 25 on his team. When AJ went to the First Bank United Center and Supermarket Center in Lubbock, Texas, you know what happened? Here's what happened. AJ went in that arena, and JT Toppin, by the way, cooked AJ. I'm gonna be real with you right now. I think JT Toppin is the sixth best player in this draft. If he didn't get hurt, I think Tech would have made a much deeper run in the playoffs last year and March Madness. But JT Toppin went toe to toe with AJ, and he cooked him. AJ had 10 points that game. So for my basketball talent, I get Darren Peterson, AJ Bensta, Cameron Boozer in the third pick. I would probably get Cam Wilson in the fourth pick, a kid from Arkansas the fifth pick, and JT Toppin. Now, if you look at as a long-term perspective, take AJ. And here's why. Because AJ Bensta will always give you 100%. I saw a game where Darren Peterson was battling cramps. Okay. This dude has a lot of injuries as a college player, by the way. He plays on creatine, by the way. I take creatine to work out. Okay. I lift. How does that factor your freaking ligaments? You know what it's called, bro? It's called you probably not training right, recovering right. Don't blame it on creatine, brother. It's your fault. So if I'm actually that Bensta, it's probably be the first pick in the draft is you. Because he will show you up. I think he's a great talent. Hey, he trained with KD and LeBron, and I think he trained with Curry too. I think, but I know he trained with KD and LeBron. So I think AJ Bensta is a really good player. He's really good. So, but I think he goes number one then if that's the case. Because of a long-term perspective, I think Darren Peterson will get hurt. I mean, this guy shot a 3-point shot, a jumper. Turns around, looks at the coach and says this to him basically, "Get me out of the game. My knee's hurting." You gotta show up, bro. And people say he's not motivated to play basketball. I mean, Nick said it on here. So there's that. So I think the first pick in the draft probably will be AJ Dapensa because AJ is you know good player. He's really good. I like him a lot. Darren Peterson's a great player too. He's like this. The thing with Darren Peterson is this: he's more athletic than Kobe Bryant was coming out of the draft. He's as skilled as Kobe. I'm not actually not. I'm not saying he's not skilled, but people compare him to Kobe Bryant. He plays like Kobe, but I want to say he's more. I want to say he's more skilled than Kobe or more athletic than Kobe. Young Kobe guys was a beast, bro. I mean, this dude dunked on Ben Wallace. He was cooking MJ at 19 years old, cooking MJ and Scotty. By the way, so and by the way, I'm gonna say something about Scottie Pippen real quick, guys. Scottie Pippen made some news recently about something about Jordan. How I saw this on Instagram the other day. Scotty on MJ lately. Scotty. I don't know why I did that. Scottie Pippen. So he made some. Oh, I don't think he made some news about it. Okay, no, it was actually Rich Paul. That's who it was. Okay, no, this is what he said actually. He said something about how I forgot what he said. But anyways, I forgot something he said, but I think it was Rich Paul that said it, something about how without Scotty he wouldn't have won championships. Um here's the deal about that, guys. I know basketball is a one man is a 5-on-5 game. That's how I see basketball. 5-on-5, y'all. Okay? 5-on-5. So the question for y'all is I'm gonna give you some stats after Scottie Pippen left the Bulls. Scottie Pippen stats leaving the Bulls. So these were his games. So when he played with Jordan, um Scottie Pippen averaged around 19 points per game. In the playoffs, he averaged 17.5 points per game. So if he was the best player on the team, basically, his value lowered leaving Chicago because Michael Jordan elevated him. He elevated Scottie Pippen. It wasn't the opposite. I get this whole narrative. You know, I mean, Scottie Pippen thinks that he was the number one threat and the best overall valuable player. He wasn't like that. You know why Pippen's pissed off at Jordan, guys? Because of the documentary that came out, The Last Dance. Because what I find weird to me is this: if this tension's true before this Last Dance documentary happened, why did Scottie Pippen have Jordan as this Hall of Fame um representation? Why did he have him right next to him? There's a video out there with Scottie Pippen seeing Jordan for the second time in the suites. So what changed? What changed, guys? What changed with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan? You know what changed? documentary. So I think I think Rich Paul's wrong in that scenario. It was either that or because his son was dating his ex-wife. So there you go. Moving on to the World Cup now. So USA is 2-0 for the first time since 30 years from now. Can they win the whole thing? I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they can make it all the way probably in the final four. I think they actually can because the the crowd was behind them last week, a couple of days ago actually. We're in a home state, so I mean we have all these stadiums these football stadiums like SoFi, like like our AT&T Stadium and whatnot. So I think for a fact they can win it all, but we gotta see though. I'm not getting my hopes up because previously the women's soccer team of USA has been better than the men's. Just a fact. So, and more World Cup news: Lionel Messi had made a record last week, having 3 goals. I think he plays today or tomorrow. I'm gonna see when Argentina plays. When does Argentina play? When does Argentina play in the World Cup next? Oh, okay. Let's see. They play the 27th, so that's up this. I think that's this weekend or next weekend. Let me see when he plays Argentina. This Saturday. Expect to play this week. So last week he had 3 goals. So and Ronaldo has been a no-show in Portugal. Does his performance end the goal debate? It does. You see, I don't watch soccer. I've been watching the World Cup though. I know what Messi's on for the sport of soccer. I've watched Messi play. I've watched Messi's matches. So I think he's better than. Here's the deal: Lionel Messi is 38 years old. Ronaldo's 41. So Messi has a better chance in winning the back to back than Ronaldo does in his whole career. So that's all I gotta say about that. Ronaldo played terrible last week. He had 0 goals, 0 impact. The guy had to sub him out. The head coach of Portugal had to sub out Messi. So there you go. Moving on to some golf news now. So Wyndham Clark wins the U.S. Opens. My thoughts. So I watched the U.S. Open. It was kind of dead, but of course it was hard. I mean, 2018 Brooks won the U.S. Open Shinnecock. He was +1. Literally, he was. That's how hard a course is, guys. So props to Wyndham Clark winning his first major. I always thought he was a cool guy. No beef, no drama. So that round 3 shot, the 3-wood, that cut he made in that hole, that little fade he hit was Tiger-esque. So props to that. And so so now this is a question for all of us now. The question is this: who is the most underrated athlete in sports history? I'm gonna say it right now. It's Lionel Messi, guys. You see, for me, the go of goats is Tiger Woods. I think what he did in his sport, it's a hard sport. Golf's a hard sport, guys. Tiger Woods, to me, is a go of goats. But you have a case for Ronaldo being a top 5. He's an international star. For me, it's Tiger, LeBron, and Jordan tied. I think Serena Williams is up there in 3. It's Tiger Woods, Tom Brady, Jordan and Braun, Serena Williams, and Muhammad Ali. But you can put Messi in there if you want. So I think Messi is underrated. He's an underrated star in all sports. But I don't think anybody in their prime was better than Tiger Woods in their sport. Golf's a sport. It's a hard sport. It's a hard game to play. I mean, you can lose your tour card. Miss a cut, you don't get paid. If you don't win, you're gonna lose your tour card. If you don't make it to the top 20, you're no longer in the FedEx Cup. Tiger dominated like crazy in his prime. Dominated like crazy. He broke 80 when he was 7 years old. So there you go. 7 years old, he broke 80. So yeah. But yeah, more news in the world. So apparently, guys, GTA 6 is gonna be pre-ordered in 3 days on PlayStation, on Xbox, whatever y'all have. The question is, will it actually come out? The cover reveal showed. I'm gonna be real with you right now. It ain't gonna come out, guys. If here's the deal, if I should see the proof that I can't pre-order it, it won't come out. So there you go. And yeah. So that's all. That will wrap us up. That will wrap us up for the Playboy Podcast. I'm your host Trey Lopez. Comment, subscribe, like this podcast. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us there. Um, Make sure y'all have a great weekend. Great week so far. We'll come back on probably tomorrow or this week again with Nick and Jaden. Watch out for some debates, guys. Comment below what kind of debates you want to see. Comment below. Have some guests on too. Comment who guests you want to come on. And we ain't running. I ain't running. So that's how I see it. With that being said, that will wrap us up with the Playboy Podcast. And we will see y'all next week.